consumption ain't good for me. Consumption ain't good for me. I'm gonna find me a place where ain't nothing else here. Consumption, I'm getting down on my knees. Consumption, I'm getting down on my knees. I see the meanness street, killing me by degrees.
I mean, one of the big misunderstandings about competitive consumption is that people often think that in order to be engaged in competitive consumption, you have to be mentally thinking about other people and competing with them actively, or that you need to be buying things sort of because they're expensive.
Not the case?
Absolutely not the case. Most of typically the way in which competitive consumption happens is that concerns about relative position and status affect and determine people's taste. And then people go out and they buy things that are simply in their taste. Right, so, I mean, not to pick on the blogger that you mentioned at the very beginning, but one of the reasons why he can't get very far in his $250,000 was that he decided to renovate a heritage home in Hyde Park. That's why he lives right near Barack Obama.
In Chicago.
Right? Yeah, and so that is an expression of a particular kind of taste that many university professors have, but it's an extremely expensive taste. Now, he's not thinking of that as competitive consumption, but of course it is. So I, being a university professor in a similar income bracket, have exactly the same taste as him because we have the same status aspirations. And so I also live in a nice little heritage home, which is walking distance to where I work. Now, it's presented as though it's a sort of virtuous consumption choice, but it's competitive consumption. So a while ago, I did the math on how much I was actually paying for the privilege of walking to work. And so I did a back of the envelope calculation on if I were just to move further away with the exact same house and drive to work, how much money I could save. And my back of the envelope calculation was that it was costing me about $100 per day for the privilege of walking to work. Right? So that's extremely expensive. But of course, so if I were to decide to move up to the suburbs and buy a Ferrari and show up at work, whatever, pull into the parking lot in a red Ferrari, everyone would be like, oh, Heath, consumption, consumerism, blah, 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 right?
But in fact, it's less.
But in fact, I'd be saving money, right?
Starbucks, Coca-Cola, Gap, Nike, Walmart, Body Shop, Exxon, BP, Amoco, General Motors, Texaco, RJ Reynolds, Nabisco, Philip Morris, Marlboro, Mars, McDonald's, Domino's, Ben & Jerry's, Monsanto. Give me something I can use. I don't want to be told by you. Give me something I can use. I'm not going to be bored by you. Calvin, Tommy, Ralph Lauren, Levi's, Prada, Benetton, Unilever, P&G, L'Oreal, Smith Klein B, Yahoo, Apple, AOL, eBay, Microsoft, Intel, Amex, Visa, Citibank, Starbucks, Coca-Cola, Gap. Give me something I can use. I don't want to be told by you. Give me something I can use. I'm not going to be bored by you.
Gul Dulali lives and works in Dhaka's Hazaribagh neighborhood. The name means 1,000 gardens, but this is what her front yard looks like. Dulali's family and thousands of others are engulfed in toxic chemicals spewed by more than 200 leather tanneries that dominate the area. Under pressure to clean up their act, the owners have pledged to leave Hazaribagh, but few take them seriously. Every year, millions of cows are ritually slaughtered across Bangladesh to mark the Muslim Eid al-Adha holiday. When the killing is done, the hides are brought to tanneries in the capital for processing. This is where the human misery begins. Veteran tannery worker Munir Hussain suffers from rashes, blurred vision, and headaches. When he complains to his bosses, he says they give him useless pills. But with 6 children to support, taking a day off is out of the question. Would you allow them to work in a tannery when they grow up? Is it very common for children to be working in the tannery industry? A cheap and bottomless labor supply has helped turn Bangladeshi leather exports into $1 billion a year business. But in Hazaribagh, locals are paying with their health.
Once you are in Hazaribagh, you are inside a chamber of pollutants.
Philip Gain directs the Society for Environment and Human Development, a non-profit that has studied the social and environmental impact of the tanneries.
We did a survey 10 years back. We found that the people having diseases are, say, 300 times more than the national average. Respiratory diseases. Many people died of cancer.
The tannery owners and the government have been talking about relocating the tanneries for years. Why has it taken so long, and who's at fault?
The owners are very powerful. The owners are politically influential. The owners could violate the environmental laws, and no one could do anything.
Inside the tanneries, giant wooden drums churn raw hides and chromium sulfate and other toxic chemicals to soften them. Muhammad earns just $2 a day. So you have severe rashes and infections on your legs, your feet, your hands. Do all of your co-workers also have similar problems? Do your employers know that you have these health problems, and what do they do when you complain? Everywhere we went, tannery staff refused to let us film working conditions inside for fear of getting in trouble with their bosses. But one manager did finally agree to take us on a tour when his tannery was not in production.
It's raw hide.
Okay.
Our festival, Urban.
This is all from Eid?
Yeah, Eid. From Eid raw hide.
And where is most of this leather going? This is for the export market?
Actually, our Asian market begins with China, Hong Kong, then Europe, Italy.
And then Europe and Italy. What's the price of a sheet of leather like this? Wholesale? $30 for one piece.
1 square? No, per square feet.
$30 for a square
Yeah,
foot.
square foot.
So this is the top quality leather right here. Yeah. This will be used to make handbags, boots.
Yeah.
Okay. What about your workers here? Is there any risk to long-term exposure to these chemicals? Or do they have skin problems? Do they have any breathing problems?
No. Inside the factory is no problem.
The workers are okay.
No. Because there is use gloves, gumboot, and masks.
Where are all these chemicals going when they're done?
People are coming here.
So they get washed out
Wastage water from
through these pipelines, and this goes where?
over there.
Outside.
Outside, not outside. In our factory, it's a big drain. Then it goes in the outside of factory, a more big drain.
And where does that go?
And then it goes in the river.
Into the river.
Yeah.
How much waste would you estimate that this factory discharges every day into the river?
Every day about
Several thousand liters a day? More.
Daily minimum 50-60,000 liters.
Yeah.
So this factory alone is charging 50 to 60,000 liters every day into the Buriganga. This is a problem.
This is a problem. Yeah. This is a problem. This is no treatment.
The government estimates that nearly 8,000 tons of liquid waste is dumped every day into the Buriganga River, Dhaka's main waterway. This could fill 3 Olympic-sized swimming pools.
People can no more fish there, people can no more use the water. It's unusable, and the level of oxygen in the water is so little that nothing can live there. So this is basically a dead river.
And you can see, if you get close to it, that it's actually bubbling up because of all the gas and chemicals that are in the water. It's absolutely filthy. Bangladesh's government wants the tanneries to move to Savar, an industrial suburb. Tannery owners have dragged their feet for years over who should foot the bill, ignoring court-ordered deadlines.
Morally, socially, we are all responsible.
But increasing pressure from the government and foreign buyers seems to be having an impact.
With the poor working condition, we cannot continue.
And there's a real incentive to make this change now, because if not, it could impact your bottom line, right?
Already started losing business. No brand buyer is buying any leather from Hazaribagh. The Chinese government indirectly imposed 17% duty for importing Bangladeshi hides. Korean government, they used to buy craft leather. They have stopped. Don't buy from Bangladesh.
At the Savar site, construction is underway on a massive effluent treatment plant that will process 2.5 million tons of industrial waste per day. Some Hazaribagh tanneries, including Taher's, have started building.
Other people, if not followed, they will follow it. And when they will come here, they have to follow because it is a compliance factory.
So if we come back here, this time next year,
you will see the
can we
tannery
expect
running.
to see tanneries running?
Oh yes, you will see tannery running. Hazaribagh is closed. I can assure you.
But some worry that even if they move, the tannery owners won't change their toxic methods.
There is a beautiful river flowing by this new site. I have the fear that this river might also get affected. In this country, polluters don't pay. If anything goes wrong with the central treatment plant, then they might immediately begin dumping.
People has no idea in Hazaribagh what is compliance. Now, at least they are saying that for compliance, we are going to new tannery area. Effluent treatment plant works.
এই জায়গায় দেখি অনেক মানুষ কথাবার্তা বলে কয়টা ঠিক করবে উপর দিয়ে ঢাকনা দেবে এই পাশে রোড বাই করবে এগুলো বলে কিন্তু এই ডিজাইনটা ভালো করে না আমি অনেক কয়েকবার শুনছি এটা ভালো করবে করা এরকমই
Do you worry a lot about your children growing up here? The kind of future they're going to have?
স্বাস্থ্য হয়েছে দেখেন না কি অবস্থা হয়েছে দেখের মেঘের মতো স্বাস্থ্য খারাপ হয় অসুখ ছাড়া না পোলাপানের বাচ্চার ঘরে একটা কিছু হইলে বাবা মা কি ঠিক থাকে
worn out faces, bright and early for their daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. Their tears are filling up their glasses, no expression, no expression. Hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world. Children waiting for the day they feel good. Happy birthday, happy birthday. And to feel the way that every child should sit and listen, sit and listen. Went to school and I was very nervous. No one knew me, no one knew me. Hello teacher, tell me what's my lesson. Look right through me, look right through me. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world. Enlarging your world. Mad world.
Getting it to benefit them. And the idea that consumption should be progressively taxed, I think that makes a lot of sense. People have tried to do that by doing particular taxes on luxury goods and things like that. That's very, not very effective. It's sort of picking favorites type things. But yes, consumption should be progressively taxed. And we should understand the consumption. It's inequality of consumption is more an injustice than a number in a book is.
So inequality of consumption is the real inequality we should be worried about. I suppose you would also say that inequality of opportunity is that which is the greatest affront to dignity. I think I'm sort of paraphrasing parts of your letter.
That.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah, absolutely. Both measures, we should understand inequality of opportunity and inequality of consumption way better than we do today.
Sometimes people say the problems are too big to turn around, or that only governments or big companies have the power to make a change. That's just an excuse for not trying. I'm not a politician or a CEO. I'm just one person who chose to take action. If enough of us choose to act, we can move mountains.